Hey guys, it's New York Millennial, and we're back.
Hey, and we're going to talk about West Virginia's primary results. So we're just going to quickly breeze over the Republican side because Trump.
Yeah,
And
let's go.
so I mean, of course, he won 30 delegates. I don't know where this comes from. The Kasich got one delegate, but it doesn't matter. But he did. So
Yeah, we're
that's
just
that's a
mentioning
thing.
that.
So we're just saying that. I mean, if this doesn't really matter anymore.
Doesn't
But
matter.
this does have a little bit of effect when we're talking about the Democrats. We'll mention it in a second. Something about, like since Trump's got this nomination basically secured, some of those voters can now come over, and if they wanted to, they could vote for Bernie
Exactly.
to make sure that, like, because a lot of them don't like Hillary. So we're going to
hmm
move on to the Democratic one. And our theory, the bump theory, well, Nick's theory, but I'll say
Bump
it's our
theory.
theory. um,
Yes.
Bernie won by more than 10%, like we predicted, and he won 18 delegates to 11. So that's not like, I mean, a huge win, but like that's pretty good considering the polls said about 6%.
Also, we said a little bit over 10%,
Yeah,
so
yeah, we said
yeah,
10% or a little more, and it was a little more.
yeah, we,
So
we were pretty much right on.
yeah,
So
we
good for
were
us.
it was pretty good, and it kind of makes sense because I mean independents and some people coming over from the Republicans,
Yeah,
and just the fact that like it's open, sort of. I mean not open, but it's not closed.
yeah.
So that all works for Bernie, and he
hmm
did walk away with the win yesterday. And 7 delegates isn't like a huge thing for his like 300
It's really the
deficit.
fact that he won, though.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
the
thing. Like he won and he is beating the polls still, which shows there is still a movement. Like it's not over. Like his supporters see that it's not over and they want to keep fighting.
hmm
Which I mean, a lot of people like the news right now is kind of making it seem like it's over. Go praise Hillary. But right now you could see people still care. And I mean, if you looked just the other day there was a rally for Bernie in Sacramento where they brought out like insane amount of people. Like it was like 21,000, and it's just that shows people still want to get the chance to vote. So I really like what Bernie's doing, regardless of what the math says or what the odds are. It's really a good thing that he's going to go and fight to the end.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to be heard.
The interesting thing with this is that he potentially he could make it so Hillary doesn't win anything in May. Because what's next? Kentucky, Oregon, and then I think Washington already won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, that's all it is left for May. And he already won. He's already well, and there's Nebraska too. But
Yeah.
he could definitely win Nebraska. That's plausible. Kentucky plausible, and then Oregon should probably honestly it should probably be an easy win because it's
Mhm.
Oregon. I don't know why he wouldn't win Oregon.
Yeah.
Um, so he could potentially have Hillary not win anything in May, and then obviously June rolls around. We got June 7th. California, he could win. Montana, he could win. North and South Dakota, yeah, he could potentially
Mhm.
win. New
And he
Jersey, he's probably not
he
gonna win
would
New
he would
Jersey.
definitely like have a better chance at like getting all these wins if like he starts winning now, like if he keeps
Yeah,
winning from here on out. I know you say you don't like 100% agree with the momentum theory, but I mean
yeah,
if he like keeps winning, I feel like people are gonna have to mention that this movement isn't
yeah,
over, and like that might carry him out into June.
yeah.
And if he does really well in June too, like there is still a chance because at the end of the day, she's not like Clinton is not gonna end up getting the amount of delegates they need purely on pledged delegates because they're just it may happen, but I feel like the chances are she won't take it with purely pledged delegates. So I mean the super delegates
Neither
though,
candidate will. It's
yeah,
gonna be
no
decided by
one
super
will.
votes.
But that means that they could have like at the convention there could be like debate going on from both sides, and Bernie might be able to have a case where like he could bring up just like the cases of like voter suppression and like just make a case. I don't know if the DNC is really gonna hear it and like care, but
Uh
I
huh.
mean he might at least he'll be able to fight there, and as long as
Yeah.
he wins a lot here, he might be able to close her lead by a lot more.
Uh-huh. I think what's probably going to happen is he's going to win a lot of these states,
Hmm.
not as many as we'd hope, because ideally he'd win all but maybe
Yeah,
New Jersey.
yeah,
He'll probably lose a couple more, like one or two more than that. Um,
yeah,
but he'll do well. What I think is going to happen is that he's probably realistically going to make it so neither candidate gets a majority in pledged delegates,
yeah,
but she's probably going to have a little bit more, but not by much, by a percentage or two.
yeah,
And but then they're going to go to the convention, and basically he's going to try to make the case of, listen, I'm more electable, and do you really want to risk Trump? And basically the argument he's going to have is, do Democrats want to win, or do they want to keep being friendly like to like the corporate like
Yeah,
media, like the
exactly.
corporations. Because the whole reason like Democrats kind of fell into that whole corporate trap was because they needed to start winning again
Hmm.
against Republicans, and so just they kind of try to fight fire with fire.
Yeah,
But then again, some of them may just feel like that's the better option, and
yeah,
it's really all depends. Do Democrats want to have a better chance at winning, or do they want to have a better chance of keeping their
yeah.
corporate status quo?
Exactly. Like that's kind of what it's going to be a fight against. And I just I don't know exactly how the convention works and everything, but I'm pretty sure like it's more of just the establishment deciding what's best for their party. Like it's not really most of the people's voices, right? So
Hmm.
like I don't think that it's really going to get too much changed because at the end of the day like they're the people who are fighting to push Hillary through already. So I just feel
Yeah.
like that might like raise some more attention and awareness throughout like the country though. People might
Yeah.
see that like, there
Yeah.
is a problem.
I did read an article. I don't have it linked.
Hmm.
But it was basically arguing that Clinton. There's like the FBI investigations. More
Hmm.
polls are coming out where she's tied with Trump and also like potentially losing in
Yeah.
swing states, and Bernie like does fine in swing
Yeah.
states against Trump,
I saw that
and
too.
that could again. It all comes down to the idea of are they really like that afraid of Trump to go with Bernie? Like if maybe the argument was okay, some of these guys are going to be scared enough to go with Sanders just because they don't want Trump to win.
Hmm.
Like, how scared are they of Trump, and how badly do they want to maintain status quo? I think those are like basically the two main
Yeah,
questions.
because the thing is, like in all honesty, like you can't ignore this. Whether you like Clinton or you like Bernie, um, she is like between her and Trump, like there is a chance like it might go to Trump. Like it's definitely just as likely for her to win as like him. It might even be more towards her winning. But I feel like if we were to put Bernie up as our candidate, he's not going to lose to Trump. I just feel like that is something that would not happen. Like if you
Yeah.
look at like just the swing states, just everything,
Mm.
chances are he will most like he's gonna win compared to her. Like it's still like a kind of like a toss up between her and Trump because like
Yeah.
both of them are very like disliked. Like she's like something like
Yes, exactly.
56%. He's something like 65%. Like those are some very disliked people. And if you have
Mhm.
somebody who's liked against one of them, like they're
Yeah.
probably gonna win.
I think one of the big things is like Trump's advantages over Hillary are canceled out with Bernie. Because think about like one of the things. Okay, so obviously there's some people who are sexist and only don't want to vote
Yeah.
for a woman,
Yeah.
which
No.
okay,
Yeah.
screw them.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
also like he's anti-establishment. People don't want to vote for an establishment, and also he's an outsider in that sense.
Hmm.
In like, the sense, and also the fact that he's like promising essentially change and she's status quo.
Yeah.
Bernie's promising all those things, so all the advantages that he has, he's pretty much canceling out,
Yeah.
unless you're like racist. But like,
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with that because that's a big thing. Like what I was talking about earlier in the year, before like Trump was gonna be the nominee, we were talking about how Trump, like a lot of his appeal does come just from being an outsider. Like people ignore the fact that what he says is just kind of crazy, and they're just like, but he's an outsider, and that's
he's
all
just
that
gonna shake
matters.
things up a little bit.
Exactly, and I feel like Bernie is also along those lines, except for he's not the crazy part where he's gonna do some crazy stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, like
So
crazy maybe in like compared to what's going on now, but not like, ban all the Muslims or something like that.
exactly,
So I feel
exactly.
like Bernie's just what people want, like that energy that's going behind Trump, like that could go behind Bernie, but like actually be a positive instead of a negative.
Yeah. I mean, again, we'll have to see, really.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did get the win yesterday, which is good, and hopefully things can stay. If we want a Democratic president, hopefully it's something most likely
Yeah.
have a likely like a better chance. Hopefully he
Hmm.
can keep winning and make it keep it a close race throughout
I
May.
agree.
I mean, it just would be nice to see like competition for Hillary at least,
Oh
because
yeah.
with more competition, she might actually decide to change her platform a little bit. But
Which would be nice.
which would be
Very
really,
nice.
if she did that, I might actually consider voting for her. But
I
she
would
just
agree.
right now she's pretty much just like pushing
It's
everyone
me or
away.
Trump.
Exactly. So I just feel like Bernie stays in. Either he wins, which isn't very likely, but he could, or she, changes herself a little bit to make
Yeah.
more people like her. And those things could happen from Bernie doing good now and throughout May and June.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, see you guys.